I feel like this younger era of boxing is moving a lot faster. If you look at how Haney and Shakur are going after each other every day, and how a lot of younger guys are starting to prop up certain fights and stuff, you can tell that it's going to start getting real hot soon. This younger era is not going to be like the older era. They kind of look down on as far as guys not really fighting each other. In the future, it's going to fall a lot on the promoters, but as far as the guys not wanting to fight each other, you'll never hear me say that. Unless it's certain guys, man, I will say. If it's certain guys and it's obvious, I got to call it out. I can't be fake. That's what, it's a lot of guys out here being fake, being favorites. I got to call it out. I mean, I don't care if it's my favorite fighter. I'm going to call it out if he's not accepting the challenge that he's either insinuating that he wants or acting like he wants. Because certain guys, they'll be like, I'll fight whoever and want this weight for a belt or this or this and this. And then when the situation comes, they're like, nah, I need this and this and this. So, nah, you don't want to do it. So, this era is going to be different. It's not going to be like how certain guys take a long time to fight each other, and certain guys look at each other like, nah, this has got to be a mega fight and a lot of things. Because that's one thing I respect about Terrence Crawford. He's like, I don't care if it's a mega fight or a regular fight. I'm going to fight you now. And a lot of your other guys are like that. They're like, I don't care if it's a mega fight or whatever. Like, even with Haney fighting Lomachenko, a lot of people didn't think Haney would fight Lomachenko. But he fought him. At the age he fought him at, too, which is young. So, you got to give credit to these younger guys. They're fighting guys from the older era while they still have good skills and are still considered in their prime or whatever. But a lot of young guys are doing it. Dave Benavidez is one of them. Just fought Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant's in his 30s. Dave Benavidez is still in his 20s. There's a lot of young guys doing it. Shakur Stevenson, he's fighting guys like Constacio and all these other guys. So it's a lot. Valdez, he fought. So it's a lot of. Anyway, fighting Stephen Fulton. Tank fighting Garcia. They having bigger fights faster than this generation. You gotta understand. The fights that we were waiting on for the guys that are over 2010s fights, those are the guys that we were waiting on for the big fights. A lot of those fights have not come at all, and it's kind of disappointing because that was something that we've been waiting on as fans for a lot of years. A lot of boxing fans quit watching boxing because of waiting 5, 6, 7 years, guys passing away before being able to see fights. So a lot of fans kind of like are trying to get back into the spirit of watching boxing, because a lot of these guys who said, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, they never did it. And that's why I can't really get into a real conversation as far as certain guys being this and that, because they're not proven. You can't. The only boxer I can say that actually has an excuse is probably, well, it's two of them, probably Andrade and Gary Russell. But anyone else, they don't have any excuses as far as, because they're not proven. These guys were proven before they got to professionals. They weren't guys who were just trying to make a name out here like Ali Walsh or anybody. Like Nico Ali Walsh. These guys were already seasoned. So, I would say this era is probably way better than what we have now, especially in the next 4 or 5 years. And you got more guys coming in, like Keyshawn Davis and a lot of other guys. But I think this era is going to be way better, no matter who has losses or wins. Even though Valdez has a couple of wins this year, people still checking in to see him in Navarrete fight. So it really doesn't matter. That's what's going to make this era better, because they're going to have so many fights, wins or losses. People aren't going to be able to keep up with who's undefeated and not really going to care. Even though Ryan Garcia lost, people still going to watch him fight again. So that's why I feel that things are going to... I just don't feel like seeing Isaac Cruz fighting Tank again. I feel like Tank outgrown that fight. That fight should have probably happened like a year ago. Or when he fought Hector Garcia, I would have probably rather seen Isaac Cruz then. But I don't want to see that fight right now, especially after the last fight, how it went. I knew how it was going to go. But it's still an exciting fight, though, because people didn't think Isaac Cruz was an exciting fighter the first time he fought Tank. So, and he was a replacement. So, just got to see. Just got to see. But this era is doing way better than the other era. Last era's not that good. As far as, if you're a true boxing fan, it was good, but for certain fights, it was too many fights that did not happen. Over 20, 30 fights that didn't happen. And that's just thinking off the top of the head. But like and subscribe.